Hello everyone and welcome to Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm not even going to bother to tell you what happened in the last episode. Basically, you can tell from the screen, Sayori is gone forever. And I mean gone as in dead gone. Absolutely terrible, and I know it was our fault. It was totally our fault. But, strangely enough, we got to retry the game. Without Sayori though, so her existence was, well, she's basically non-existent. Which is kind of creepy, if you ask me. And we are here making another poem. As you can see, Sayori is not here. Like I said, it is pretty creepy. And basically we're starting back at square one with Yuri. We're still gonna pursue Yuri, obviously, and I have a feeling Natsuki is done for. It's just the way this game seems to be pulling me towards. So let's see if we can save Natsuki this time, but also get Yuri all at the same time. Alright, so we know Yuri already, so we're just gonna like speed right through this entire thing. And Starscape will be the end. Okay, let's see what crazy thing this game has in store for us this time. Hi again, Vault. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Ha ha ha. Oh god, please. I definitely would have ran away if I was given half the choice here. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. Oh, also, Vault actually has a very different personality this time around. He wasn't really actively interested in finding a bunch of girls because he had Sayori, and I guess she kind of tempered that. But now that she's gone, he basically wants relationships. Well, I'm back to Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Vault. What? Okay, see, this is what's creeping me out about this playthrough right now. The faces, the characters, they're all glitchy and it's freaking me out here. Like, the storyline's following the same pattern, but everything's whoa. Hold on a second. Is the room tilted? Was it always tilted? I don't know if I'm crazy. You guys have to tell me. Was the room always tilted? Ugh, man. Okay, I'm obviously nervous about playing this game. So let's just keep going. Let's play through the nerves. Thanks for keeping your promise, Vault. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, freaking hell. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. I know everything's warped right now. I can tell. This doesn't look the same at all. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. What the heck is going on? Is my game glitched? No, this... Okay, everyone. We're gonna try and go through this as normally as possible. Blah blah blah. Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Me? Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Certainly is. I think I said that the first time. Swiftly defeated, Monica plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Vault. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri gives Natsuki a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in a club and all, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read. Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Wait. Oh, she's back to this again. I didn't mean it like that. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try and be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Oh, it's that creepy book, right? About the girl whose life is destroyed. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted. Oh man, such creepy deja vu. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Okay, she even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Oh, I was freaking right. The room was turned on inside. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I do notice differences. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect them on to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in the book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet, definitely for her manga collection. Okay, what's gonna happen now? Okay, I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. Oh, last time I did this, Sayuri died. Ugh. But at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like it's the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she knows me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, if I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. You liar. You're still such a liar. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at a bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. I have a feeling does this book have something to do with, like, the darkness in this game? I wonder. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. What? Wait, this is different, isn't it? Wasn't it about a girl who met her long lost sister, and from there on, her life basically turned inside out, and she was miserable? What's this about a religious camp? And people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines that lust for blood. Yeah, things are definitely different here. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. That is one creepy book. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the limbs. It's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Vault? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. Totally forgot. Wait a minute, did she say she was into these kind of stories before? Oh right, the previous day, never mind. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil. Ugh. But because the world is full of horrible people, and we're all worthless anyway. This is a throwback to Sayuri. What the hell? Okay. I miss Sayuri, everyone. I miss her bright sunshininess, even though it was kind of fake and forced, but it was nice. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Yes. And you're creeping me out now. You know, I used to think Yuri was someone I should chase after. I'm not certain anymore. Just from those few lines. But I guess we kind of have to. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole... Freaking heck, what the hell was that? What did that say? Ugh, man. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, so I'm sorry if I ended up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it then. Right. What the hell, man? Seriously, all these little things popping up is freaking me out. Yes. I mean, you don't have to, but... Aha, what are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into a seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad feeling. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry, I gotta see what that says in post, everyone. I really gotta see. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't mean to. Sorry. I mean, here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my bookmark between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. You know, this was romantic the first time. It's really not now. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yeah, see, when we first got here, I was like, ooh, this is nice. Not so much anymore. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kinda reminds you a little bit. Eh? Her face. That it was not here the first time. No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? Okay, she's scaring me now. I was just thinking the way she second-guessed everything she says and all that. That's what you were talking about? Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet, so I don't know why that came to my head. Hahaha. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing is a little... My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest, as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Vault? Did something happen just now? Okay, everyone, don't trust her, okay? Do not trust the Monica. Eh? I have no idea. Yuri's acting a little strange, I guess. So, you don't know anything? Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. Haha, don't worry. I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with sharing our poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured that we get started without her. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Alrighty then, okay. I like the poem readings, but this playthrough might have much darker poems than I was originally reading. So let's see what Natsuki has for us. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poem yesterday. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Silence. Silence? What the? What the hell, man? What the hell? I am visibly freaked out right now. Oh, okay. Okay, I think I'm centered now. Okay. Vault, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Yes, I think we should go home, everyone. I think we should. Harsh. What What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still so proud of your first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about? Silence. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid. Okay. It's still the same poem. Nothing scary. Oh god, I'm gonna have nightmares. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Okay. I'm definitely having nightmares. Jesus. Not from the poem, but what happened after we picked her. And her eyes. Her freaking eyes, everyone. Her freaking eyes. Oh my god. Yeah. I told you you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, but people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand, but the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. I am interrupting a lot, I know that. And I apologize profusely from here on out, because I think it's going to happen a lot. Okay, Monika's turn. Hi, Vault. Oh, please, don't be anything scary. Having a good time so far? Yeah. No, I am not. Don't be anything scary. Oh, thank god. Whenever a game freezes up like that, I get worried. Yeah, because of what just happened with Natsuki. I'm gonna get every time the game freezes up like that, because of what happened with Natsuki, I'm gonna be so freaked out. Glad, good to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I say be nicer, be brighter, be sunshinier, forego the darkness. Just do it. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ha 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 ha. Don't worry, Vault. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monika my poem. Great job, Vault. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. Hahaha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Yes, I do. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on other people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly, the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. We still have plenty of time, so I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Okay, this poem looks different than than the first time we read it. She definitely can. I think she's like, okay, I think she keeps her memories of the different realities or whatever it's hard to explain. I think she keeps her memories of whatever changes at the end of the game. Oh god, scary. Okay, let's read. Hole in the wall, but he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings, but my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sounds of frantic scrolling playing tricks on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Definitely a much darker poem than the first one we read. So, what do you think? It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Hahaha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Okay, nothing scary happened there. I'm so happy about that. Alright. Since Monica seems unaffected by basically what happened last time around, let's expect something scary to happen when we pick Yuri. Silence. As Yuri reads a poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Eh? What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Eh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Hahaha. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Silence. Scary? Oh god. Well, I know that. Oh. God damn. This game's still freaking me out. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through them myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something can be blamed for. There's so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Okay, Ghost Under Light again. Wait, wasn't this the last poem we read from her? But I think it was shorter than this. No, I think the last poem we read from her was actually longer than this, but it was still Ghost Under the Light, part 2. I'll have to double check on that. Alright, Ghost Under the Light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. That feels familiar. This may have been her first poem that she showed us. Silence. I'm sorry if I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hoo-hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Vault. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh? It's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Vault. Me too. Okay, we got happy music, so maybe nothing scary? Phew, I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I had anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika's writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Oh, it's where they start fighting. And Natsuki brings up Yuri's boobies. That was funny the first time. Let's hope it's funny the second time. As they read in tandem, I watch each of his expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Vault did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Vault liked my poem too, you know? He even told me he was impressed by it. Okay, here's where the little cat banter breaks out. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Vault appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? And are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Ooh. Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Vault started showing up. Ha! This is it. Still as funny as the first time. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... Oh, it's when Sayuri pops up. This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Wow, this is harsher than before. Me? Look who's talking, you wanna be edgy... Bitch? What the freaking hell's happening? Edgy? Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. See? Just saying that proves my point. Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know? If you want to prove anything, then stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Whoa, be careful, you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Oh, my bad. You ready to, don't you? Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Vault hear everything you really think. I'm sure it'll be head over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns toward me as if she knows I was standing here. Vault. She's trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. Silence? How did whatever go? What the freaking hell, man? I am freaking out here. I'm scared to click something. Yuri? Pick Yuri. Yuri? Yuri? Oh god. Yuri? 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 I don't want to pick Natsuki. Fuck. Holy shit. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do now. I don't know what to do now. Click. 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 Hey Vault, why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay, yes. Take me away. Somewhere nice and pleasant. Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. Some present I am, right? I can't even comfort my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. I never. Oh god. Wow, okay. That threw me off here. I am definitely not centered. Okay. Okay, try again. But I have never had it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Okay. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, please don't be scary. Oh, she's crying. Oh my goodness. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth in her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I don't know if I do. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Vault, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. Something's wrong with the world today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Completely. Silence. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Silence. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Silence. Silence. Well, I'm vice president, so... What the... Please let me take our responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Vault. It would just be embarrassing with you listening. Oh my god, are we gonna stay here after what just happened? Holy crap, okay. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing much trouble. What? Did I pick... What? Is the day over? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. But I am literally freaked out here. I am gonna call it quits for this episode. Hopefully today is truly over. If it isn't, then... I hope you're all okay. Because I'm definitely not. I am totally... I don't know what I am right now. But it definitely is not... I'm definitely not in a happy place right now. So if you're looking for more freaky stuff that used to be nice but isn't anymore, subscribe and click the notification bell for the next episode so we can all be freaked out together and possibly be scared shitless. for lack of a better phrase. And if you want to support the channel, go ahead and check out the links in the description to do just that. And I'll see you all in the next scary Doki Doki Literature Club episode. Have yourselves a good day.